Hi, my name is Jordan Wilkerson, and this is for Ed 330, the cultural competence reflection video. I'm just going to jump right into it. The first thing that we're supposed to cover is, what does cultural competence mean as an educator, or from an educator's point of view? And the three terms that I chose were cultural or culture, diversity, and oppression. Cultural competent educators can understand, respect, and interact with people from different cultures and backgrounds. They encourage to strive for diversity within their classroom, their instruction, and obviously the way that they interact with the students. And I would say most importantly, but very equally as important as the students, but their parents or their guardians or whoever is caring for the student or the child. And this would also, like I said, bleed into their instruction as well. They also make a point to ensure that there is no oppression amongst the students or within, and try to do the same within the school or help to eliminate that. The next one is, where do you see yourself in the cultural competence chart? And I saw myself in the category on the chart, cultural competence category. I want to be culturally competent, but sometimes I do not know how to respond in certain situations. I try my best to be inclusive and mindful when it comes to different cultures that are different than mine or what I'm used to, or what's in my family, because I come from a culturally diverse family, but it's only, or I say I'm married into one, and then my sister is also marrying into one, so we have different cultures in our family, but I didn't grow up in a culturally diverse family, really even a culturally diverse school. So I do try my best in those types of situations, and even when I encounter students that are from a different culture, but sometimes I still don't know exactly how to react in certain situations and still try to be respectful. But I try my best. And then some controversial culture-based issues that can affect K-12 can do with race, LGBTQ community, the LGBTQ plus community, academic ability when it comes to our students. I do not treat my students differently no matter their race, or if they're a part of the LGBTQ community or come from a family that is a part of that community, or if their parents are a part of that community, or if their guardians or whoever, or their friends, whatever, or their academic standing. And what I mean by that is, if they are below grade level or above grade level, I would try my best to the lower grade level or below grade level students to get them the help that they need, and try to accommodate as best I can in the classroom. And then for students that are above grade level, give them more work or more challenging work in the classroom, but not treat them differently to where that they feel like they're being alienated because of their race, sexual orientation, or academic standing, if that makes sense. And then the next thing is what is the next step, or what do I need to do to deepen my cultural competence, including my understanding and personal bias. And I think that I would need to do some self-reflection to understand where my personal bias lays, and I also think that I need to take the time to learn more about different cultures, especially ones of my students specifically, so that we can interact in a more meaningful way and deepen our relationship and understanding. Because when that relationship is built, then I feel like the academics can come easier, and the student is more comfortable to come to me when they feel like we have a trusting relationship and a loving relationship. My husband is Asian, so I tend to, obviously I'm white, and so I tend to really, really put effort into that culture because that's what I'm familiar with. And then my daughter is also Asian as well, so I can see from the bias perspective that I'm more biased to that culture because that's what I'm familiar with and that's what I can relate to. And so I tend to try more and put more effort into students who are of that culture and not as much as into students who are not. And so I think that's where I need to work or do the most work. And then also just learn more about other cultures, especially, like I said, the ones that are in my classroom, so we can build that relationship. And then some of the resources and tools. I found an article on Edutopia, Edtopia, I think is how you say it, called Preparing for Cultural Diversity, and it has the article is called Preparing for Cultural Diversity, Resources for Teachers by Matt Davis, and he listed so many articles and links from different universities and authors that have tips, lesson plans, and strategies for diversity in the classroom. So I would use that resource, and I can provide the link when I submit this video. I will provide that link so it can be available to the other students. And then, what will it look like to have a culturally inclusive, to have cultural inclusivity in your classroom? I said I would try my best to have a multicultural decor, which that can mean a lot of things, but I would also try to have inclusive learning materials, diverse topics in the classroom, create cultural celebrations with my students and their parents, celebrate holidays that are of different cultures so they feel included in the classroom. I would love to try to have a multicultural day and include the parents to have an event in the classroom, or just for an afternoon, have pick a culture in the class and have us possibly dress up what they wear in their culture, maybe even bring snacks or food or drinks that are pertinent to that culture, and then just have kind of a fun day, maybe watch any movies or clips or videos, read books that have to do with that specific culture that we're celebrating, bring the families in to the classroom so maybe they could even possibly speak about their culture, or if they ever were able to live in a different country or live in a different culture, and they could share their experiences or anything like that, that would be a learning opportunity or teaching opportunity for the students in the classroom. And then I would also like to include, if possible, language in the classroom, and try and teach the students a couple, one or two new words from that language, and then try to incorporate it into our daily routine maybe. I think that would be super fun and cool. And then it would help that student from that specific culture feel very included, very loved. And I just think it would be neat and cool to do that. And then how will you ensure you're respecting students as individuals in different personal backgrounds, various skills, abilities, perspectives, talents, interests that do not align with my spiritual beliefs and morals? I think this is an over thought about question, because in my mind it's kind of a no-brainer, really, I guess. But I would try to maintain professionalism, avoid bias, respect their privacy, just respect them, provide equal opportunities, and continuously provide equal opportunities for all students, no matter what their culture is, no matter anything about them, and continuously learn about the best way to make students feel loved, respected, and included. But the reason why I say it's a no-brainer is because if we just treat each other with respect and love, it doesn't matter our background, because we are treating each other with mutual respect and love, and that's all that matters. And we can disagree, we can believe in different things. That doesn't take away from the fact that you're a human being, and I love you, and I want to respect you, and I want to create that type of culture in my classroom where there's no bias and there's no oppression of other cultures or other genders or races or anything in the classroom. We're there to learn, we're there to become a family, we're there to love and respect each other. So thanks for watching.